shorts, the white helmets, the evergreen numerals. They'll be moving from left to right on your internet dial as we are underway, and just like that, Bailey Savio wins that opening faceoff. Does that maybe make a statement today, Chris?
I think it's too early to make a statement unless that's a trend, but it's certainly not a bad place to start.
You'd prefer to start with a win for sure.
All go through their attack, meaning the attack is really going to initiate, or they're going to do it from the midfield unit.
I alluded, Chris, that I had chatted with Coach Charlie Toomey before the season. He said, look, this weird year, no fall ball, not the amount of practices we would have wanted coming in. He expects there to be a few more mistakes in the early portion of the season. What are you looking for that you think could be related to the lack of work that maybe a team has had together?
We just kind of...
Oh, wow, what a feed and what a finish. Lindley from Olmsted. I'll let you finish that thought in a second, Chris Gunkel, but that was excellent.
Well, it starts from behind, and again, maintaining possession and winning that matchup. Lindley has always been known as a finisher. Took advantage of that while Pat Spencer was here. He's really worked on his game to become more of an all-around player, and you'll see it here in the replay. Backside feed, a little dip and dunk, and the finish.
I don't know that I would officially...
There's a couple things. I think if you have a low clearing percentage, that could be the result of not having a lot of time to practice that because you're trying to work your offense and your defensive schemes. The standard things, Glenn, maybe more turnovers than you're accustomed to. And it's probably going to take things like the man-up offense to get going before you start to see, high percentage.
That's a heck of a one-on-one effort to get free. Sometimes it's just players making plays. That's exactly what Connor Shellenberger did. Gets free, buries it to tie us up at 1.
Well, Connor Shellenberger, the former #1 recruit who actually redshirted last year, and you'll see, has the ability to explode. Goes hard to his right, no slide, comes from Loyola. Easy finish as he goes high on Shaper. Offense right away. And Virginia goes on these runs. They score, but then Loyola gets possession again, work the ball a little bit more. It's a great thing for Loyola to be able to do that consistently today.
What kind of pace does Loyola want today, Chris?
Loyola loves to run. I think today they're going to try to do that as much as they can, but I think calmer heads will prevail, and they'll probably play somewhere in between.
Driving in front, getting the shot off, and delivering is Liam Bateman.
That's good to see. Liam Bateman came to Loyola, highly touted out of Loyola Blakefield here in Baltimore, and for the first two years, he's had a hard time finding his place. They ISO him to the wing. He gets the first step. As you can see, he has a great left hand, goes offside low. Tough to say. Times is that right there. Like, does Loyola go on those unsettled, or do they hold? Right there, I thought they had an opportunity to go, but they pull it back out. Neither one right or wrong, but it'll be interesting to see how they play that throughout the day.
Explain the thought process there a little bit, Chris.
Well, it's like a fast break in basketball, right? When you get a fast break, it seems like it's inevitable that someone wants to shoot quickly, with the thought being the defense can't get set. And it's the same thing here. The challenge would be, if you don't convert, the ball goes back the other way, and we know Virginia can be deadly on offense.
Good ball movement, free in front. Oh, that is a slam dunk. Barely in the... So they'll slow it down again. The Greyhounds have led throughout this first quarter. Home opener, the 2021 season.
This is Seth Higgins. He's a freshman from St. Paul's. Loyola has a lot of high hopes for him. He's seeing his first action today.
A bit of a crowded roster. Getting in front. Oh, that is a whip from Higgins.
Well, if you keep doing that, the roster becomes less crowded. And what you can see there, though, why they like him, is his athleticism and his ability to take advantage of a short stick defender.
Oh, this might be fun watching this kid play for the next few years.
So it starts with the invert behind. They don't switch. And he just gets bad angle by the defenseman. He gets top side.
Quite a ways. They restarted it in 2014. Since then, it has typically been quite close.
It's a great series, I think, for both teams. It's a game in close proximity, but two teams who are really well coached. And so in the beginning of the season, you really get a sense for who you are.
Oh, that's a great shot from Bertrand, and he will extend that goal streak to 61 games.
Now, Glenn, fantastic shot by Bertrand. I'm going to be a little bit critical here.
Okay.
He scores because Loyola lets him get to the middle. But that's a lot to ask right? To keep someone like Bertrand away from the middle, but you have to do your best.
Player of the year, all-conference selection, of course, two-time All-American.
Bertrand does a nice job. Now look how he created that offense. That was all started with Bertrand dodging from the corner and forcing a double team.
And Matt Moore dropping the bomb.
And Virginia does a nice job moving to the weak side, which is the backside, for a conversion high on Schaefer.
Matt Moore's first goal of the day makes it 4-3. It's his 4th goal of the season. He had a hat trick against the Greyhounds a year ago. The last 12 seasons, Chris.
So it creates more possessions now for their offense.
So they try to even things up now. Just over 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. They've scored the last couple goals of the game. And that relentless pressure, Cormier looking for his first. Doesn't give it up, holds on to it. Still with it. Fakes a few times. Finally moves it over. Getting inside and tying it up. Did not take long. So it's a 4-4 game and another quick face-off win opportunity, and now they're on top.
And this
just like that.
This is what we spoke about in the opener.
That's where Matt Moore operates from. Gets in front. He gets free. Shot not on target, but he'll be backed up by Shellenberger.
So dangerous when he's able to get top side. And again, no help coming from Loyola. So, as they say, you were on an island.
Fortunate. Shot wasn't on target. Now Shellenberger's got his defender hung up.
And they just created a matchup.
Oh, great find. That's just perfect execution. Laviano makes it 6-4. Trying to inch just a bit closer. Really struggling to find space to operate with, Chris.
Yeah, they're going to have to, again, show they can win that matchup, ideally from the midfield side as well.
A great dodge coming inside and finishing. That's a tremendous play from Evan James.
Great job there by Evan James. We haven't heard a lot from him today. Very athletic, and that's in some respects going very simple. He gets top side. As you see, he'll get top side here and get leverage. Inside roll, no slide, and look at the patience.
5 straight. That run comes to an end as Evan James finds the back of the net for the Hounds. Now they try to pick up where they left off. On the run, that shot impacted, I think, from behind.
Yeah, Glenn, what's interesting is it looks to me like they're running Cormier at the midfield. He started off on attack, which causes some adjustments for Loyola defensively.
Shellenberger was trying to get free. Instead, feeds it to the middle, turn around, and deliver for Cormier. Cormier makes it 7-5 Virginia with his first of the day.
It's probably more around 15 seconds if your goal is to hold it for the duration.
Higgins gets it in front. James, not going to hold it for the duration. Instead, going to run a fantastic play to get Evan James his second goal of the day.
And you wonder if the goal that Higgins had earlier influenced that play, right? If they were so concerned about his ability to get topside and dodge, it doesn't look like it though. Glenn, looks like they think Evan James is a more athletic attackman.
He certainly made some plays late in that second quarter.
And it's causing them more problems.
Greyhounds wanting to go to work in a hurry. Oh, how about that? Kevin Lindley just tucking that right in the corner.
And now they may switch him back on Kevin Lindley as a result. But isn't it funny how that opens up?
Kevin Lindley says, okay, sure, you want to make a switch? Go right for it.
And we had said he got really cold.
Of course, 151 is the all-time record. I think it's a pretty safe bet that Kevin Lindley is going to get there.
Oh, boy, I thought that should have been a no call. To me, it looked like Xander Dixon kind of stopped.
Call's going to go against Rizanka
and it's not going to matter. And right now, Matt Moore is showing that he can win that matchup on Cam Wires with really the same type of move, which is a power drive hard to his right and then inside roll once he gets top side.
Got free, went low for his second of the day.
I'm really shocked at that. Cam Wires, I think, is a top-tier defenseman in Division I, but Matt Moore is showing that he is at an upper tier. See how he gets leverage? He gets Cam lean pressure there.
What's the danger to that? Because again, Moore's trying to.
The danger is you get beat and you create offense for the other team, but you're so far out. The time you have to adjust, and this is a player that's not really offensive-minded. To me, it would seem like it's low risk.
Moore was trying to get free again, working against Wires. Wires held his ground that time. They get a switch.
Yeah, they get a switch. Now they get the matchup that they want.
Bertrand gets in front, gets free, and scores.
Here's a lesson to those that play short stick defense. Don't go over the head at goal line extended, which is exactly what Payton Rizanka did.
Watch this one more time.
He tries to go over the head, and
there's no help.
Well, yeah, and it's a lot to add. Who's been quiet today?
24 seconds remaining on the man up.
I think what you have is you have a Skip DiPatro on the backside, or Evan James.
Olmsted
right.
Turns it right back. Bateman lucky to get that back quickly. It's a little unsettled, and oh, what heat! Olmsted.
Well, you know, Glenn, that's the advantage of the skip pass and then the quick release, because you're moving the goalie from right to left, and before the goalie can get set, the ball is already released and beats him to the spot.
The extra. Here
comes Seth Higgins again. Let's see if they same set where they like to invert him.
By the way, Swindell, his first point of the day on the assist on the Olmsted goal. It's his first point of the season. Inside, wow, not a lot of room to work with, but put home by Riley Cox.
Yeah, Riley Cox is a big player at 6'4" from Cold Spring Harbor. Not the most fleet of foot, but if he can get the right matchup, as you can see, if he can get inside, then he's dangerous.
And we are tied up again at 9 apiece. Riley Cox's first goal of the season.
Slide comes late.
Late, yeah. Eases up, brings it back down near side. Jack Peel hits the turf, and the flag comes out. And so Virginia's going to go man. Well, no, ball wasn't picked up. Great opportunity. Laviano manages to dodge everyone, throws it away. It will be saved in. So Loyola's got to get back to defending. There's 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be a penalty if it's not a goal. Well, it will be a goal. What an effort from Matt Moore.
Well, I tell you, if there's somebody that's really taking over this game right matchup, you get more to shoot behind the cage.
Sure, that helps.
That's how you win. That's how you win that matchup, Glenn.
I'm not saying it's impossible that somehow a ball could end up going in.
Loyola shifts to a zone real quick. Under 10 seconds to go.
Feet up top, Garneau, and that's not going to reset because that was wide. Just 5 seconds remaining.
Boy, quick release by Garneau.
Kind of have to with the shot clock tricking down like that, right?
Well, it's good no matter what.
Oh, with the shot clock expiring, that is spectacular. From Oakville, Ontario. So 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. This is a huge ground ball right now. And Virginia's going to come away with it, a chance to add to. It's already a 2-goal lead. Not going to go all the way in. Instead, Moore, he's looking to get free. Pulls the trigger, and, ooh, this is danger zone territory right now for Loyola. Moore's got 4, 12-9.
Well, they score in bunches. You know, they get confidence going, and they score in bunches. They're a team that I think plays much better when the pace is more frenetic. And as you see, he just gets topside. He's able to do whatever he wants.
4. Loyola's got work to do, Chris Gunkel. And that's an opportunity right in front. Boy, you got work to do. That's a great way to go about starting the fourth, is to get Kevin Lindley wide open in front of the goal.
Well, I think the important thing to note there, Glenn, is Virginia had Gavin Ty, a 6'1" sophomore from Malvern, Pennsylvania, take the face-off.
And we'd seen him out there at the end of the third, too.
And so that dynamic may have changed things for Loyola in their ability to push the ball forward. But it doesn't hurt when you have someone like Kevin Lindley there.
Oh, and that was nearly an absolute disaster for the Greyhounds. Kind of fortunate that ball got back on the turf, and they'll be able to come away with it. Well, we think. Took a minute. Finally picked up by Hughes. He'll try to bring it up this near sideline. So don't know what the story is, obviously, on La Sala, but that's a major storyline for this fourth quarter. And getting free in front, Evan James finishes that, and just like that, we got a one-goal game again.
So Glenn, what you see there, too, is sometimes when you're Virginia and you press out like that, it makes it very difficult from a spacing standpoint. And in basketball, when you get pressed, what do they say? You speed it up and you make them pay for the press. And right now, Loyola's making them pay for the press.
That's a bit of a riskier pass, right? It's some distance that you got to cover. James gets free. He's made the saves that were necessary. Made his debut a week ago. Getting free again is Bertrand. Shot high.
Boy, he's really, really good at driving the pipes. He's really, really good at getting angles and getting on the inside. That's a tough matchup for Higgins. So now you got Shellenberger with Higgins. This is going to be a matchup Virginia thinks they can win.
And that's deflected and deflects in. Oh, thought he was loading up there for a second. Swindell.
I think Swindell really needs to show he can win that matchup.
It's part of that group of players that Charlie Toomey identified as guys that he thought was ready to step up this season. And the flag comes out for that push.
Oh, it did. I didn't see it.
Yep.
The referee right there didn't call it.
It's back here. Running shot. Wow.
I tell you, Glenn, I'm like 2 for 2 of calling players, right?
My word.
We've seen, there's been a lot of these today, I think, more for Loyola than Virginia, but I think this is another critical stop here.
And time is not on your side. You fall behind by a couple goals here with about 5 minutes remaining. Moore gets free in front. How in the world does he get that?
I don't think you can fault the defense there. Just a wonderful use of a quick release and maybe using the body of Cam Wires to shield Schaefer.
Matt Moore is better than average.
Nice job. A push out there. Almost a no look. Schaefer doesn't see it.
Start saying the game's on the line at this point. Dixon towards the middle. It hits the turf, but it's scooped up by Cormier. You can't fault Loyola's effort today. They've been great, but the difference in winning is they need to make stops, and that's not what's going to happen.
And that's sloppy defense there by Loyola. Like you're way out on Cormier, who's not a fast player. He great body position, great stick work, no slide, lets him come down the teeth of the defense. That's a mental and physical breakdown on the part of the Loyola defense.
Third of the day for Cormier.
McNulty overcommits, maybe trying to go for a loose ball.
Man, he was just sort of waltzing.
Bennis comes in.
You knew Virginia was going to come. They scored 6 goals in the second quarter.
And then it became, Glenn, like the little things, right? The small individual plays that Loyola had to have, and they didn't. And it's tough. It's tough to win games when you're being put in that position time and time again. So